how long have you known about the abuse accusations? Joyce Meyer is a hero to me. She was abused in her own life and came forward with it, dealt with it, spoke about it, was healed from it, and showed great forgiveness.
The shocking incident involving Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb has certainly raised more questions than answers. Both women, who have long been at the forefront of Christian media, have earned immense respect over the years for their dedication to spreading faith, hope, and personal empowerment. Joyce Meyer, known for her empowering teachings on overcoming life's struggles, and Joni Lamb, a prominent co-founder of the ministry Joni and Friends, have shared a profound influence on their audiences. Yet, this unforeseen controversy threatens to undermine everything they've worked for. So, what exactly happened? Details about the incident remain murky, but rumors point to a disagreement that turned public. Both women are known for their strong personalities and their influential roles within the Christian community, but what started as a private matter soon escalated into a full-blown media frenzy. Sources close to the situation suggest a breakdown in communication between the two, one that revealed deeper tensions that had been brewing behind the scenes for some time. While neither Joyce nor Joni have publicly addressed the specifics of the disagreement, reports indicate that it involved a clash of ideologies regarding the direction of their ministries. Joyce Meyer has always been outspoken in her approach to prosperity gospel, while Joni Lamb's ministry has focused on more traditional Christian values and humanitarian outreach. Was this a battle of philosophies, or was there something more personal at play? The fallout from this incident has been dramatic. Fans and followers of both women have been left reeling, with many questioning the authenticity of the messages they've been hearing for years. Supporters have taken to social media to voice their opinions, with some defending the two women as victims of media manipulation, while others express disappointment and confusion over the entire affair.
I went to Daystar one afternoon to grab something from the cafe. There was something in the green room, and I had my child with me, and I knew she was scared at this point, so we didn't take her there anymore. We had a nanny at home with her. But this one time, I wanted to pick up something really quick. I go in there. It's in the afternoon. I didn't think anyone would be in the green room. And I take her with me, and it's horrible. I go to grab that box of food, and in walks Pete and, his spouse. And my child was so full of terror, her body went completely limp, and she fell under the table hard. I grabbed her little body, I picked her up, and I ran into the car. And I remember telling other family members about it, the ones I trusted, and it was traumatic. I was like, I'm not bringing my child here.
What's even more troubling is the impact this drama has had on their ministries. Joyce Meyer's audience is vast, with millions of people worldwide turning to her for spiritual guidance. Joni Lamb, too, has cultivated a loyal following with her focus on outreach and spreading God's love through action. But now, it seems that trust has been shaken, and rebuilding that foundation of faith could take years. So, what happens next? How do these powerful figures, who have touched so many lives, recover from this scandal? Will they manage to heal the rift between them? Or is this the end of a long-standing partnership that once seemed unshakable? The truth is, only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the public's trust has been compromised, and regaining that will require more than just public statements or apologies. It will take real action, genuine reconciliation, and a renewed commitment to the message that both women have built their careers on. The journey ahead won't be easy, but it will be essential if they hope to restore their reputations and continue their work with integrity. In the end, the incident serves as a reminder that even the most revered figures are not immune to the complexities of human relationships and the challenges of maintaining personal and professional boundaries. The truth may still be unfolding, but it's clear that Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb will have to navigate this storm with grace and transparency if they hope to regain the trust of their audiences and move forward.
There is a reporter that called Joyce Meyer's office for comment, and his question was, are you going to cancel your show on Daystar?
Recent breaking news about Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb has sent shockwaves across all media platforms, leaving fans and followers of both women in utter disbelief. The incident, which took place earlier this week, has dominated headlines and sparked heated debates online. With both figures being prominent leaders in the Christian community, the news has left many questioning the integrity of their public personas. What exactly happened to cause such a massive uproar? Could it be a scandal too big to ignore? How could two highly respected women, known for their inspirational messages and empowering teachings, become the center of such controversy. The details are still unfolding, but what's clear is that the event has shattered many people's perceptions. But what really happened to Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb? Was it a misunderstanding, a hidden conflict, or something more? Curious to know the full story? Keep watching as we uncover the truth behind this shocking incident. Stay with us as we explore the truth behind this drama, because what you're about to hear may surprise you. Stick around as we dive deep into the facts, the fallout, and the truth that's been hidden from the public eye.
A lot has been going on over the last couple of years that we just couldn't talk about. But we've given over all of our evidence over to multiple reporters, including the police department. Daystar was contacted for a comment by the journalist Friday, November 15th, and then I was subsequently fired the following day, November 16th.
Some scary things happened. Being followed, private investigators, intimidation, threats. Even through all of that, things don't stop. So we felt like we had no other option but to reach out to a journalist. When you bring things to the light, things, get better. So that's what we did.
Absolutely. And, I really felt from the Lord that even though a lot of wrong had been done to me, that I was to stand firm in the position that God had called me to and to not walk away. Right now, Susie and I are at an undisclosed location because we simply do not feel safe at our home. Now, please know that not only has Julie Royce been given all of the evidence and is writing a story that will be out soon, multiple national reporters have been given all of the evidence as of this afternoon. They should be reporting some stories that will be out in the news very shortly.
As the dust begins to settle from the shocking incident between Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb, the question on everyone's mind is, what now? It's undeniable that both women have devoted years to building their ministries, each with a unique vision for spreading faith and personal empowerment. However, the public nature of this fallout has placed a significant strain on their legacies. The drama, which began as a personal conflict, has now turned into a media spectacle, raising critical questions about trust, authenticity, and the price of public influence. What remains unclear is the root cause of the fallout. Speculation surrounding the disagreement continues to swirl, with some reports suggesting that financial disagreements were a key factor. Others suggest that differences in theological beliefs, particularly around the controversial prosperity gospel that Joyce Meyer is known for, may have been a significant point of contention. While many have speculated, the truth behind the incident remains shrouded in mystery, further fueling public interest. This incident has not only shaken the foundations of their personal relationships, but has also raised concerns about the wider Christian media landscape. For years, both Joyce and Joni have been held up as paragons of virtue and leadership within the Christian world. Their ministries have touched millions of lives, offering hope and guidance through their teachings, books, and television shows. But now, that image is in jeopardy. The fallout has opened up a broader conversation about the intersection of fame, faith, and the human imperfections that can sometimes collide behind closed doors. As the public digests the news, the question becomes, how much can we truly trust these public figures? Can someone who has built a career around teaching faith and morality still be seen as credible when their own relationships seem to falter? It's an uncomfortable question, one that challenges the very notion of perfection that many followers have come to expect from their spiritual leaders. Moreover, the role of social media in the crisis has only intensified the drama. Both women have enormous followings on various platforms, where fans and critics alike have been vocal in their reactions. For some, the scandal has been a wake-up call, revealing the humanity of these figures they once viewed as untouchable. For others, it's a betrayal, a failure of leadership, and a loss of faith in the people they once looked up to. As Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb work to rebuild, the stakes are high. Their ministries depend on the trust of their followers, and regaining that trust will not be an easy feat. Transparency, humility, and accountability will be key if they are to move forward. This is not just about resolving a personal conflict. It's about demonstrating integrity and commitment to their faith, not just as public figures, but as individuals who are deeply human, with their own struggles and shortcomings. One of the most profound challenges they will face is the division among their followers. Some will inevitably stand by them, interpreting the incident as a temporary lapse in judgment or a media distortion. Others, however, may feel disillusioned, and trust once broken is incredibly difficult to rebuild. Joyce and Joni will need to navigate these differing opinions with sensitivity, being mindful of the emotional impact the scandal has had on their audiences. In the weeks and months to come, it will be fascinating to watch how both women respond to the crisis. Will they address the situation head-on in public, offering a full explanation? Or will they choose a more private path, leaving their followers to speculate? How they handle the aftermath could define the future of their ministries and their reputations as spiritual leaders. For now, all eyes remain on them. The unfolding drama is a stark reminder of the delicate balance between personal and public lives, and the consequences of failing to maintain that balance. In the world of faith-based media, where trust is sacred and influence is powerful, even the smallest misstep can have far-reaching implications. Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb now face the monumental task of not only mending their personal relationship, but also restoring the trust that has been fractured between them and their global audiences. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear. This incident has changed the course of their ministries forever.
We never dreamed this would be our lives. We begged God for months and months that he would take it any other route. But we have to obey in the end. And if he says, you know what, you're the ones who have to speak, it's the harder road. It would have been easy to just walk away. But if he says, I'm calling you to do this, we have to do this. And it's been a challenge, but he has led us every step of the way, and he has given us so much peace. So I just want to encourage you, even though things will look horrible and it looks like turmoil, God always sees the bigger picture. And as long as we obey him, we stand in the truth, we tell the truth, he will take us through. And I know he will, but we do need, and thank you for your prayers, because all that said, it has still been a hard journey. So thank you.
Yeah, it's really been a long road of suffering, and it has not been easy, but we've stayed faithful and true to what God has called us to do.
Look at all the evidence, because a lot is coming out. God has taught us a lot in these last few years, and we've had to do some very difficult things, but there's a reason God told us to have this evidence.
As the aftermath of the Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb incident continues to unfold, one cannot help but consider the broader implications for their ministries, their followers, and the Christian media landscape. In a world where public figures are often put on pedestals, the realization that they are human, with flaws and mistakes, can be both shocking and disillusioning for those who looked up to them as paragons of virtue and leadership. At the heart of the controversy lies the question of authenticity. Both Joyce and Joni have spent years building their ministries by offering hope, wisdom, and spiritual guidance to millions of people worldwide. Their teachings, books, and television programs have touched countless lives, and their influence has been undeniably powerful. But in an age where the line between the public and private lives of individuals is increasingly blurred, the question arises: how much of the message is really about the faith, and how much of it is about the image? This incident has created a situation where the line between the personal and the professional is no longer so clear. For years, their messages of faith and prosperity seemed like a beacon of hope for many. Yet now that a personal conflict has gone public, many followers are forced to confront the fact that even those who lead in faith can experience profound personal failures. It's a sobering thought for those who had invested so much trust in these women. The real issue, however, may not be the disagreement itself, but how it's handled in the public eye. As social media amplifies every event, every action, and every word, the reality of the situation is often more complex than the headlines suggest. The drama has become a sensationalized story, but the emotions involved are real. Followers of Joyce and Joni are left to navigate a turbulent sea of conflicting narratives. Some will undoubtedly rally around their favorite figure, defending them against what they perceive as an unjust portrayal. Others will distance themselves, disillusioned by what they see as a betrayal of trust. The emotional impact on their followers cannot be underestimated. This is where transparency becomes crucial. The public's perception of both women will hinge on how they choose to address this situation. Will they come forward with a candid and heartfelt explanation, admitting mistakes, and offering their followers the clarity they deserve? Or will they remain silent, letting the gossip and speculation continue to dominate the narrative? The choice they make here will be pivotal in determining the future trajectory of their ministries. It's important to recognize that the world of Christian media is not immune to the pressures of fame and influence. The expectations placed on figures like Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb are immense, and the scrutiny they face can be overwhelming. In many ways, they are held to a higher standard, tasked not only with delivering faith-based content, but also with maintaining an image of moral perfection. When that image is cracked, it can feel like a betrayal to the very people who look to them for spiritual guidance. Yet, this incident also presents an opportunity for growth. If Joyce and Joni are able to confront the situation head-on, showing vulnerability and honesty, they may be able to rebuild the trust that has been lost. In doing so, they would demonstrate that even in moments of failure, it's possible to rise again. Not through perfection, but through genuine self-reflection and a commitment to living out the values they preach. The road ahead won't be easy. Rebuilding trust takes time, and the scars of this scandal will likely remain for years to come. But it's not an impossible task. There are numerous examples in both the faith community and beyond of public figures who have fallen, and then been able to restore their reputation through humility and transparency. What will matter most is how Joyce and Joni move forward, whether they continue to act with integrity, whether they engage in the hard work of rebuilding their relationships with their followers, and whether they acknowledge their mistakes and the pain caused by the scandal. In the end, this incident has reminded us that even the most influential and revered figures in our society are human. They make mistakes, they experience conflict, and they must reckon with the consequences of their actions. However, how they respond to those mistakes, how they handle the fallout, and how they demonstrate accountability will ultimately define their legacies. The coming months and years will reveal whether Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb can navigate this crisis and, in doing so, emerge stronger and more authentic than before. For their followers, this period of uncertainty will be a time of reflection. It will be a chance to evaluate the nature of their faith and the people they place their trust in. In a world where the line between the personal and public is often blurred, it's important to remember that trust is not built on perfection, but on the ability to acknowledge our flaws and grow from them. As the story of Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb continues to evolve, we are all left to ponder. Can redemption be found after a scandal? And more importantly, can we still believe in those who have shown us their humanity? Time will tell.
It's been a long road of suffering, but eventually God brings all things to light in His time. And after giving everyone involved much time for repentance, the time has finally come to shine the light of truth on the situation. Ephesians 5, verse 11, to take no part in the worthless deeds of evil and darkness, but instead expose them. And Matthew 10:26 says, for a time is coming when everything that is covered will be revealed, and all that is secret will be made known to all. So that's exactly what we're going to be seeing here in the next week or two as these articles come out. And I pray that God will do His cleansing work in the body of Christ, and that He is honored and glorified through a process of repentance and allowing people who have been silenced to be able to speak up and have their vindication.
As the drama surrounding Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb unfolds, the world waits, watching closely for any signs of reconciliation or resolution. The outcome of this scandal is far from certain, and the future of their ministries hangs in the balance. While some might argue that this incident is a blemish that cannot be erased, others believe that time and transparency could heal the wounds caused by the fallout. What remains to be seen is whether these two influential women will be able to regain the trust of their followers. Will they take the difficult but necessary steps to confront their actions, apologize publicly, and demonstrate a renewed commitment to their mission? Or will they retreat into silence, leaving their supporters to speculate on what truly happened behind the scenes? In the coming months, the eyes of the public will remain fixed on them. Each move they make, each statement they release, will be analyzed and scrutinized as people attempt to understand the depth of the situation. Will they choose to address the elephant in the room, offering an honest and vulnerable look at what transpired? Or will they continue to protect their image, ignoring the very real concerns that their followers are grappling with? This isn't just about a celebrity scandal. It's about trust, transparency, and the fragile nature of human relationships, even within the context of faith. The fallout from this event has shown just how quickly a seemingly perfect image can shatter, and how much effort it takes to rebuild what has been broken. But for now, we are left with more questions than answers. As the story continues to evolve, one thing is certain. This isn't the last we'll hear of Joyce Meyer and Joni Lamb. How they handle the aftermath will determine their legacy in the eyes of many and, ultimately, their own path to redemption. Whether or not they can truly overcome the controversy will depend on their ability to face the truth, to embrace humility, and to rebuild from the very foundation of their faith. The next chapter of their story has yet to be written, but it's one that will captivate and challenge us all. Will they rise above the scandal, stronger and more authentic than before? Or will the weight of this moment prove too much to bear? Time will tell, and we'll be here, watching, waiting, and wondering what happens next.